We preview the Washington Commanders season and tell you if they go over or 8 wins, and we let you know how you can take home $1,000 this NFL season, and it all starts right now. What's going on, everyone? It's Matt from Grandstand Bettors, and last season we cashed 70% of our season win total predictions, so we thought to ourselves, why not run it back here in 2022? And we're also excited to announce that our second annual NFL betting contest is now open at grandstandbettors.com. You can sign up absolutely free for your chance to win $1,000 of cold hard cash and other great prizes this NFL season. But without further ado, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smack that like button, because it is time to dive into the Washington Commanders season preview. And the Commanders have a season win total of over under 8. Now, the Commanders, they are a mess right now. They at least got their name sorted out, though, and Dan Snyder, unfortunately, is under investigation, which has put the whole front office in turmoil. But meanwhile, on the field, you got Ron Rivera going to be coaching his 7th different quarterback this season since taking over this job in 2020. Now, the Commanders, they have paid a pretty penny for Carson Wentz, which actually really ruined anything they planned this offseason. They are not able to bring in any big names there available on offense or defense in free agency, and they were only able to re-sign running back J.D. McKissic and safety Bobby McCain with the remaining cap space after they paid Wentz. Now, the addition of Carson Wentz better pay off, because it is really going to screw this team up for the next couple years if it doesn't. Last year, their offense was 21st overall, only putting up 19.7 points per game. Now, he is a veteran quarterback who has actually done somewhat well in his career and maybe makes the Commanders have a legit offense this season. At running back, they have some good players. They have a very solid duo in Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissic. Now, although Gibson has taken the role as lead rusher with a 1,000-yard rushing season last year and 7 touchdowns, McKissic is actually a phenomenal back out of the backfield. He has the second most yards and receptions of any other player on the team last season. Now, the Commanders, they also have a solid receiver core led by Terry McLaurin, who has 2 1,000-yard rushing seasons out of the 3 years he's been in the league with 16 total touchdowns. They also have Curtis Samuel, who they brought in from the Panthers last season, and now rookie wide receiver out of Penn State, Dotson. Last year, Dotson had 91 receptions and 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns with the Nittany Lions. This guy's only 5'11", but he high points the ball very well and is quick out of his breaks. If defenses shade coverages towards McLaurin, they better watch out for Dotson and Samuel, because both those receivers are very dangerous in the open field. Now, we also have to mention tight end Logan Thomas. He only played 6 games last season, but the year before he had 72 receptions. When he is back in the lineup and healthy, his size and speed makes for a very difficult task for quarterbackers and linebackers to stick with him in coverage. Now, if you want to look on the other side of the ball defensively, the Commanders had an amazing 2020 season, and there were huge expectations for this unit going into 2021. However, they suffered devastating injury with Defensive Rookie of the Year, previously Chase Young. He suffered a torn ACL, missed the rest of the season. Although he was not having a great season statistically when he was injured, simply his presence on the line was freeing up other guys like Montez Sweat, Darren Payne, and Jonathan Allen. And after his injury, this became an average defense at best. They only had 38 sacks all season, which was 6th worst in the league. Now, their secondary also had a major drop-off. In 2020, they were giving up in the NFL only 191 passing yards per game, and then dropped off in 2021. They were 29th in the league, giving up 254 passing yards. Now, with a big drop-off like that, there has to be some sort of explanation, and there was. It was injuries. Several guys missed a few games with lingering injuries, and there was just an inconsistency in the starting lineup on a week-to-week basis. and that definitely hurt the collaboration of their secondary. If they could get more of a solid rotation behind the likes of Kendall Fuller, who was ranked third among quarterbacks last season with an 81.5 player grade, and Benjamin St. Just, safeties Cameron Curl and Bobby McCain, they should put up much better numbers that would represent this previous season in 2020. Now, a healthy defense, once again, should be back to great form. Their offense, though, would and should definitely improve drastically with Carson Wentz steering the ship. He has put up solid numbers throughout his career and has some very dangerous weapons to use around him, and it should be a very balanced attack this season as well. Now, I know a lot of people think Carson Wentz is a joke, but let's be honest. He's an upgrade from a lot of the Washington Commanders quarterbacks in recent seasons. The Commanders, they're tied with the Cowboys for the easiest schedule in the season, and they're coming off a 7-win season last year despite all the injuries that occurred. We like their chances of maybe winning a couple games more than last year and maybe fighting for a wild card spot, but honestly, we think that 8 is the exact number that the Commanders will most likely put up. But if you put a gun to our head and we have to take over or under, we are going to take the over 8 wins this season for the Washington Commanders. I think that Carson Wentz just does enough with that offense and the defense gets back to good form to give them a chance at, hey, who knows, maybe a last wild card spot? We'll see. Well, that, guys, wraps up the NFC East previews, and we're going to start diving into the NFC South with the Falcons next. In the meantime, don't forget, sign up for that NFL betting contest over at grandstandbettors.com. We're giving away great quarterly prizes this year, including, again, a grand prize of $1,000 of cold hard cash. As always, though, sit back, relax, and if you're a Commanders fan, enjoy the new name. Hey, it could be worse. You could be called the Guardians.